Hello, 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 and welcome to this final boss fight live stream of The Adventures of the Golden Tooth. My name is John, and I am joined by Sean.
Hello.
Sean. Yes. Michael.
Hello!
And Amy.
We're not picking it.
I've been developing a Kenku character recently, so I've been practicing the little...
That fox boy has subscribed for 5 months in a row.
Yo! Thank you!
Thank you, Foxy.
Whoever you are.
Whoever you may be.
We could never possibly know.
Did Mal roll luck?
Did Mal roller?
I don't
That's a question.
see a luck roll for Mal.
Then we shall never know.
Oh shit, yeah, that's the thing I must do. Sorry, I forgot, it's been a while.
Disgusting.
40,
Oh,
that's not too bad.
you did better than Calder.
I always do better than Cal.
When last
Quite hard to do worse, let's face it.
when last we met, the group made their way through the structure for assistive magics, otherwise known as SAM. They confronted several monsters, including
All you.
including the game's first mimic.
Yeah.
Bom bom bom.
Not just the game, like
My
D&D
games.
on Final Boss Fight in general.
You fought also with the animated structure body that Sam had made for himself and downloaded his consciousness into. I'm just watching as Michael just runs away from the map.
Freedom.
It's your own fault for unpausing it before we were ready.
I'll just pause it now and it'll be stuck there.
Just move him outside.
Oh, I was just about to move myself back. I was just about to do the right thing.
Lies.
I mean, you can't go further, so...
Yeah, I am at the farthest point now. Yeah, no. No, I can't.
You fought with Sam and managed to destroy his constructed body, leaving him trapped in an amulet that formed a part of the transition from laboratory to physical form, which Pyrolis has now claimed and is wearing for herself and is planning to teach Sam right from wrong, which is a lesson he hadn't yet learnt, much to the chagrin of the people he threw off a cliff.
Yeah, he also hadn't quite learnt what gravity does to people.
Yep.
But, you know. We'll fill in the gaps.
It's just gonna be one of those sessions, isn't it?
At
And
least
then
there's no fiddler in this section.
True.
and then you decided that because there were beds in the lab and they weren't being used by the people who had swan dived off the cliff, that you guys would have a good night's sleep before you head back down the mountain. And so
Pretty hot.
Malzerate and Calderax snuggled up together in one of the beds, and Pyrolis and Howe discussed whether they should do this before separating into their own rooms.
Yeah.
We're not all hussies like Calderax and Malzerac.
Hey!
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
I will.
So the following morning, you all wake up, having had a nice, relaxing night's sleep in a decent bed, which is a change for when you're normally out and about adventuring away from the keep.
Yep.
Uh,
It's nice to have nothing, like no tent to deal with or that sort of stuff as well.
I'm going to assume here, correct me if I'm wrong, but you head back down the mountain and meet up with the guy that gave you this mission, Illumar.
Yes,
I
we'll
would
be
assume-
coming
yeah.
down the mountain when we come.
You'll be coming down the mountain.
We'll be coming down the mountain.
You'll be coming down the mountain when you come.
Yeehaw.
You head down the mountain and you meet up at the agreed rendezvous point with Illumar. How much of the information do you wish to tell him?
Oh.
I believe we discussed it, not mentioning the amulet.
Yes, that was the
Uh-huh.
idea.
Yeah.
We'd be like, we broke Sam, never gonna get him back. Tragic. Oh dear, what a shame. But someone who's better at talking should do it, and not Hal.
Yeah, just Hal's just gonna be sat in the back, just mouth, like face almost folding in on itself to not blurt something out.
We all just shove Caldrax forward.
It's like he's just
okay.
eating a giant bite out of a lemon.
Calderex, if you're going to be helming the debrief, do you want to just roll me a quick deception to make sure you
Nice.
don't...
I would be helping.
Guys, I just had Sean muted the entire time.
Rude.
To even mute Sean, that just seems really hard.
Because
From
we were playing
class.
Phasmodia.
Oh, right, I was gonna say, you know what? I've just had enough of Sean. Boop.
What was the fact? There were just these like globs of silence, and I was like, and then you keep talking, and I'm just like, wait, why'd you do? Oh, because Sean's here.
Oh, because there's another person in the call.
I'm gonna mute Amy now, see how she likes it.
That would be a really interesting, like, party game to try and work out, you know, what the other side of a conversation is.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, not angry at everything. No.
no, I'm not angry. It's the kind of thing I'd forget as well.
Calarax, with advantage, because Pyrolis is assisting you in telling these falsehoods.
However, you get disadvantage because I'm assisting you as well. So.
However, you get disadvantage because Hal is assisting you, so just roll me like a d6 instead of the d20 you'd normally roll.
Hey! How to pick locks.
And we believe you.
No, we don't.
I've successfully done it several times.
I mean, technically, we might very well believe him because he genuinely thinks he can.
I mean, he
I
genuinely
genuinely-
believes it.
And I have genuinely done it.
So he doesn't show any signs of not believing you. This is more or less what he was expecting. Science and magical experiments like this go wrong a lot. You know, robot uprisings are more common than you'd expect in the Forgotten Realms, apparently.
That is not reassuring at all.
Quite common within the right circles.
Yeah. He thanks you for your service and pays you any outstanding monies he was meant to be paying you that I can't remember if he was or not.
It was 1 million gold.
I can't remember how much we agreed upon.
1 million gold.
Did he pay half first?
I think he paid half up front and half afterwards, but what those halves are was about 2 months ago, and I can't remember it right now. I think it was possibly about 400?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So he pays you.
We'll figure it out.
Well, that's 100 each, I assume.
Yeah, I think so.
Makes it easier. Just...
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys head back to your keep.
Onward!
Oh, there we go. Now it changes.
To the keep.
To the
dun, dun.
We're home, fuckers!
Hello, Ember the Fox.
Can these dice get off my fucking screen? Ah!
Nope. They are
They're just
forever.
stuck. Oh, I've got to reload, damn it.
Come on, cameraman. There you go, you did it.
Thanks, John.
Could one of you move your tokens, please? Thank you.
Yeah, let me a second. Whee! Yoink! Yoink! I pile drive how?
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
I mean, that would be a athletics check.
Athletics. Ah, decent.
How
I try and dodge.
would you like to resist being pile driven?
Yes, please.
Then please make me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Interesting.
How is that interesting?
I clicked the thing and it didn't work. Okay. Give me a second.
Anytime now.
Oh!
Malzere charges up towards Hao, and Hao just like nimbly ducks under the incoming arms. Sort of does several backflip spins away.
How the fuck do you do that?
Oh, I've been training for a long time.
Maybe I'll start multi-classing into monk after, because that's pretty cool. Do you taste copper?
What?
Nothing, let's just go eat.
Okay.
So now what do we do?
Pie's busy feeding Ember berries that they found en route home.
I don't know what we do. I just have this strange inkling that some poor schmuck is going to knock on our door in the next few minutes, and
I'd like to run and give
Oh.
Ember a lot of cuddles if that's possible.
You can run and give Ember cuddles, and Ember
I'd
is
like-
happily lapping up the beans and yipping.
I'd like to run my rapier through Ember. No, I'm joking.
I don't believe that you would be able to, given
Yeah,
the people protecting Ember right now.
Yeah.
Nah. What? No.
You'd have to stab directly through Hal.
Yeah.
this is a risk we're willing to take.
You know what? If
Rude,
we're chilling
but I
out
get it.
then... If we're chilling out then, I'll write back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do the... Ask my parents how they're doing. Ask Morks how he's doing if he's there. I don't know if he left or not.
This is where I'd
Are they-
ask my parents how they're doing, if I had any!
Anthony!
And then just right at the bottom of Malzere's letter, it's just going to be like in P.S. By the way, I'm now dating my counterpart.
Oh shit, yeah. No, I think that's a mention in person. kind of
That's an
conversation.
in-person
I have
discussion.
some news to tell you in person, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Bye.
The next day, knock, 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 knock.
Oh my god.
I mean, if I remember correctly, when last we saw the Tiefling's parents,
Yeah.
Calderax's
And the
parents.
filthy hobbits is? What?
The nasty Calderax's parents.
Calderax's parents were moving to Fandalen to move into the town that you were sort of nearby, having suffered through the doppelganger invasion brought
Oh,
about
yeah.
by certain events.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, my parents were just like, fuck it.
Oh, I imagine my parents were like that as well when they abandoned me.
Malzere's parents just, I for one accept our doppelganger over.
I feel like, how is that fucking Vine where like Miles just like to pie? So, do you want to talk about your feelings? No, I do. I know how. I'm sad. I know how.
Yeah.
You have a few days at the keep, so if there is anything you wish to do, please, other than writing home and sending a letter to parents and possibly Morks.
I would probably be doing some stuff in the orchard.
Okay.
Whilst probably chatting to our new amulet friend.
Aww. So you like jazz?
Yeah. This is jazz music, and this is...
Just as you hug Ember, says, "Why are you hugging that feral hog?"
Dog, pig, dog, pig, dog, pig.
That was such a... I cried at that film.
So has everybody who's seen it, Michael.
A lot of people did.
My boyfriend counted I cried 4 times.
That sounds about accurate.
He said that, and that's not accounting you just tearing up every now and then when there were family moments.
Nice.
Anyway.
We're a good family.
Anyway. Sam will greedily take any information you give him. He is confused by things such as outdoors and trees.
Oh my god, I need to take him on a magical woodland adventure.
I mean, he knows a little, because obviously there was the greenhouse within himself, which is weird.
Yep.
But sort of seeing, more than one tree, open air.
Oh, we'd be taking Ember out for daily explores of the place, so he would be coming on routes with us.
Whoa.
He greedily accepts new input.
I think I would probably read stuff to him as well. Just as find some stories with good, not only good information, but sort of good life lessons in them. And read him some of those to try and speed up the process.
You start, Morals 101 with Sam. Calderax and How, is there anything you guys get up to?
What about me?
No one cares. You're writing.
For days.
You are writing the greatest letter that anyone's parents has ever received.
Okay, we'll go round. Calderax, what are you up to?
I think he would go down into village to find out.
Go down in village.
Down to village to just kind of see if anyone needs anything or how things are doing in the village.
Okay.
And he would probably assist with anything that might need assisting with in temple. And other than that, he's going to swan around the keep.
Does he get some shifty looks from people that he had interesting evenings with previously?
He hasn't had any interesting evenings with people in the village. He's had lots of it with people in Blandelva.
They might have moved across.
Yeah, could be traveling.
Well, then he accepts the looks because he doesn't give a shit.
The temple happily accepts you doing anything that you see fit, whether that's holding a ceremony service,
helping out or officiating anything or whatever.
That's my holy guy.
Other than that, there's not a lot going on in the village right now that requires input. Apparently that's a common thread tonight.
The usual scene.
But yeah, basically, the town is ticking over.
that I see each morning.
Yeah, they're rehearsing a song about how there's a really weird, intelligent person nearby that scares them. Likes reading books. It's
Ugh, reading.
How disgusting!
Definitely isn't Pi walking around town reading to the amulet.
She really is a funny girl, that Pie.
She's talking. She's reading to her necklace. Why is she reading to her necklace? How?
Just meditating mostly, thinking about the complexities of life and everything.
You contemplate the complexities of life and the universe and
Everything.
everything.
Any particular numbers come back?
The number is 40 something keeps flashing into your mind.
Early
How can't count
40s.
that high.
Exactly. That's why it's so weird to you.
Malzere, other than writing said letter that presumably only takes you one evening to send.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Tanny says, sorry, Hal also meditates on how much you really like Pyrolus.
It's pretty gay.
I do really like Pyrolus.
That's adorable. I think Mal will send the letters, and then he'll stay in his room for a couple days, and all you hear from it is just little hums, little strums of his lute and all that. And what? What?
He was being disgusting, Amy. Don't pay him no mind.
Oh God! You're not my friend anymore.
And Amy's just caught up with that.
Worth it.
I didn't. I heard it. I didn't catch what it was. Fuck my life.
Worth it so much.
Okay, so. Okay, so yeah, he comes. I don't want to say now. He comes out after about a couple days, and he will ask Hal if he can go.
Gets a glass of water. Looks very sweaty, and yet oddly
Yeah.
pleased with himself.
He asks Cal if they can go for like a walk just outside the castle.
Of course.
Yeah. Please don't kill me.
I'll consider it anyway. So we come
Come on,
outside.
Michael. She'll get me to kill you.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is what I
Strangle
expect.
you, you Doctor Who scarf.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You-
they'll go out, and Mal will be like, right, so we're doing this outside because I don't want the other two to hear because this is a little bit embarrassing, but I kind of wrote you a song.
You wrote me a song.
Well, I mean, I didn't intend to write you a song.
I
just
like
the idea.
big monster can.
At that outburst, there's just like a flurry of birds just go and flutter away. Just like
Fuck off, Hal.
they'd been around just doing their thing, and suddenly there's an outburst from an irate tiefling. Just,
You know what? I'll fucking sing the song in Infernal Land if people are gonna listen. But the point being, didn't really intend it, and then I just kind of kept writing it, and I thought, you might be the one who likes this the most.
So you accidentally wrote me a song.
Maybe.
Well, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, don't laugh, alright?
I'm not going to laugh.
Yeah, but it's you.
I am the pinnacle of sensitivity and decorum.
Oh, what's that? What's that? It smells like a bunch of bullshit.
Alright. So he gets his lute out, and I want to preface this by saying this isn't actually an original song, but I like the song, so I'm going to sing it.
So fuck all y'all.
Right. Let me turn the music off on this. Da-ling. Pray to heaven with a song as the wings caress me. Send a prayer up to the light so that it might help me see. Searching through my memories Memories, memories for you, for you. I have come thus far, having lost every hope, hope of finding you. But I swear, no matter what I had to face, you've never left my heart. There are sweet memories, they live all around us. How can you not believe in our love? My full heart belongs to you. My life, your love leads. I've always stood next to you in your time of need. Embraced by the warmth of your gentle gaze, I've given you my love. I look for you now in my memories. Heart never mending, love never ending. Pray to heaven with a song. There.
I loved it.
There was a joke I wanted to make during it, and I didn't say it out loud.
Thank you very much
good.
for that.
You fucking fall out of a fucking tree.
I like to think Hal was actually on the roof meditating, and he's just slipped off the roof.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I was out doing some meditating, I heard the thing, and I crept up upon it, and...
You guys...
No, not with that.
Didn't creep so much.
You guys hear the sound, just two roof slates just go and slide off the roof and crash to the ground, followed by another louder sound of a as Hal just lands sort of face first on the ground.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And I'm assuming, given it's Hal meditating,
Yeah, probably.
you can follow where that goes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely.
I will walk over and drag him up by his hair.
Ow. Ow, that's my hair.
Mate! What the fuck you doing?
I was on the roof and I heard you singing and it was really pretty.
Oh my No, mate. That's supposed to be private shit. As in, you're not allowed to listen in.
Oh. I didn't hear anything.
Fuck you, man.
I didn't
Mal.
mean to. I was just on the roof and I heard it.
Mal doesn't look mad. He just looks very embarrassed.
He's not mad.
He's just
disappointed. Disappointed.
Come on, you know that's worse.
Tanny says, "Darn it, Queen be queen at singing."
Thank you. That wasn't the best. It's a very high-pitched song. But
Yeah.
mate, come on. I wouldn't do that to you and Pie if you were having a moment.
I didn't mean to. I'm really sorry.
I accept the apology. So, do you think it was good?
Who was that to, sorry?
You.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
Thanks. And then I look at Cal.
I already applauded and said I loved it. It was
Did
just,
you
it was
really?
interrupted by a certain someone falling off a roof.
Yeah, by the way, I knocked a few tiles off.
It's like, yeah, well, it's like I haven't really composed, romantic songs before, and when I have, it's been like comedic, so it's all a bit new,
Well, you did very well for your first try.
What I'm enjoying about this is Hal has been admonished and is now like just chilling out, still just buck naked.
We're used to it by now. It's no longer a shock.
Very fair, very fair.
Hey, Cal.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Remember that?
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
Yeah, you got a roof to fix. Off we go.
Yeah, go on.
Awkwardly like backing away.
Hal just sidles sideways out of the
Out of the shot.
shot.
Just do you remember that song I wrote about when the other three were here? About all of us?
Yeah, yes. Yes, I do, yeah.
Do you think one with our group now is a bit overdue?
I mean, it's only fair
Yeah.
that
I
this
mean-
one get this little group gets the song. Although, admittedly, the last time they kind of all ran away shortly afterwards. But I'm sure that was just a coincidence.
Right, yeah, thanks.
I'm not. I'm serious. It's just. It's fine. Just, I didn't.
How's that
Cal.
for a confidence boost?
Cal,
But-
please don't dig
but-
yourself a deeper hole.
But I think like just kind of grabs your hand and just kind of holds hand with puts hand over hand as well.
Yeah.
It's like, just I think you should. I think it would be a wonderful thing to do.
Right. Thanks. It's just, is my music good?
Yes.
I've never really, asked that before, but I want to get better.
Well, I mean, you've been doing it for. I mean, how long have you been doing it? It's like
Since I was about 16, 17?
so a good few years. I mean, obviously, you're just going to get better with time, and you're pretty damn good now. So
Yeah, I mean, I picked it up when Morx was, yeah, anyway, it was just a fun thing to distract myself with, so it means a lot.
well, you're a great singer and a great songwriter. So keep up with the good work.
You're too kind.
I know it's a curse sometimes.
Oh, you fucking ruined it, mate.
Like, he's just like really like clamped down on the hand. He's just like, you can't get away. No, I know. It's horrible to be this wonderful, but I fight my way through it most days.
Don't make me shut you up.
Amy Tanny is aggressively positive in your general direction.
Thank you. Well then I'll look behind me to see if Hal's gone.
He is gone.
I kiss Calvin.
I kiss back.
See, it annoys me that like Mal, Hal, and Cal all sound similar.
Pyrolus.
Yeah.
While this exchange outside is happening, roughly where in the castle do you think Pyrolus would be? I mean, I suppose possibly to assist with that, roughly what time of day did Malzere take Calderax outside for this singing?
Probably just after noon, somewhat. Like kind of early afternoon.
So it's early afternoon.
Pie would probably be maybe doing some food prep in the kitchen, setting up for stuff for dinner. I
Okay.
quite like the idea that like they've got a chicken and she's busy roasting it, but it's only got one leg. She gave the other leg to Ember, like before it was cooked.
Ember's just gnawing on a leg by the fire. You hear you hear outside the faint sound of singing just very muffled through the castle. And then you hear as somebody falls off the top of the castle. And then you hear a few minutes later from behind you the front door of the castle just opens. Do you
Do you
react?
know where I could find a hammer?
Yeah, there's a storage box of them around here somewhere.
Okay, thank you. I need to fix a roof. Oh, also, do you know how to fix a roof?
Yeah, I can actually. Did it with Dad once.
Can you help me? I'll put on clothes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I will go and put on clothes.
Pyrolus and Hal
And
go
secure
and
a
fix a roof.
we'll put like a kind of fuzzy pink filter over it while you fix the roof to make it look romantic.
Just smear Vaseline on the lens as you're fixing a rooftop. After about 3 days back at the castle, there's a knock at the door.
Another knock on the bloody door. Who is it this
How,
time?
how I was gonna say, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door.
Who's at the door?
What the fuck do they want now?
There's nobody there.
Oh no,
What
there's
the
no
hell?
one here.
I didn't have a token, okay?
Why not, John?
Oh my
You
god!
just
They've
drawn a
been,
stick figure.
whoever knocked has been kidnapped.
1 minute. Let's see if I've
Oh,
got...
they're invisible.
I'm gonna wet myself.
I don't even have a commoner.
Commoner.
Here, have an animated suit of armor. That can be the token.
Hey, mate.
It's
Oh my god! An animation of armor, kill it!
What
It's
time
a-
is it?
it's a knight.
What time
I
is
thought
it?
I thought it was a day.
It's at the moment it's late morning. Probably about 11:30.
Morning?
Hal's running away before he's roped into some other fucking shit.
The knight is wearing the livery of Elven Tree.
Oh, for the love of all things
I know
fucking holy.
Pi would know that, yes.
Can I help you at all?
We have had dealings with the Golden Tooth in the past, and a new bit of business. We need assistance again.
He comes running up to the door, panting all the way from Elven Tree. Can we borrow a cup of sugar?
How quickly are you needing this assistance?
It is rather urgent. We've possibly had a breakthrough on the madness that is affecting that had infected the town.
Yo, fuck that madness.
I would know nothing of the madness, right?
No, because Pi was involved with the fiddler.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was all surrounding the fiddler.
Okay,
And
so they
so
won't know then.
Pi and Hal would both that was the first thing you went on with the Golden Tooth.
Your first interaction was with the fiddler.
Stop it.
That wasn't the first thing.
Okay, well,
It was one of them.
Yeah, we were in the Underdark before that.
We have been approached by some potential allies to deal with a situation. If their intelligence proves to be accurate, we will be able to make a move against an occupying force in the Underdark and hopefully drive back an invasion before it happens.
yes, that does sound pressing.
The
So we'll be
Underdark
moving
I did
underground
was,
here then.
I didn't like it down there. It is all musty.
Michael used
Very-
100 of his channel points to highlight the fiddler. The knight reaches into a pouch on his side and pulls out a map, and hands it to you, Pyrolus. And it is a map to a location in the Underdark.
Oh, joy.
We have reason to believe that something known as a... You can say it, Michael.
Oh, really?
I heard what I said there, and I know that Michael will get annoyed by it.
I didn't catch what you said.
Cool.
No one.
No one.
Oh yeah, I'm used to that. I hate him for it. I'm used to it.
Something known
Hello.
as a rogue thought
Oh,
lives here.
right.
Okay.
You may be familiar with the Underdark denizens known as Mind Flayers.
Yeah, one of them invited us to tea once.
They are typically
Just-
governed.
Just kind of pats Malzeray's shoulder.
They are typically governed by something known as the Elder Brain. That oversees a sort of psionic hive mind.
Okay.
A rogue thought is the worst thing to them. It is a mind flayer who is thinking independently.
Oh, I see.
Oh, so not like a hive mind thing. All right.
Somebody who... This is a illithid who is... who has broken free of the hive mind.
So we would be dealing with the rogue thought.
You would be exterminating the rogue thought.
Interesting.
I mean, surely this rogue thought would be useful to us in some way. I mean, we don't know how to really combat mind flayers other than running in, hoping for the best.
Well, you'd
It
say...
could just be looking for a new friend.
You would say that, except for our intel on it, from a reliable source, says that now, instead of following the will of the Elder Brain, it has made a pact with Gratzt.
With what?
Oh, what's that? Or who is that? Or when is that?
Gratzt is a demon lord.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know who that is.
Oh, is they a friend of yours?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
So this is bad.
So we gotta go and kill a fucking squiddly-faced fuckhead. Okay, right, okay.
All right.
We have reason to believe that if we can destroy this rogue thought, we will gain some new allies in a fight. You may be aware of the current Drow settlement, or the former Drow settlement of Sizith Morcaine.
Oh, I definitely am.
We need to take it back for the Drow and drive the giants out of it.
Drive the giants out of Strismic Borbane.
He turns to Pyrelis.
Offensive, but I get it.
Does he first, like, just kind of look at Hal with a withering look?
You can't really tell through the helmet, but you've seen it enough.
Do we just hear, like, from inside the just a...
It's more he turns to Pyrelis with a questioning look of, yeah?
Really?
How quickly would you like us to be setting off, and are we meeting people anywhere en route?
For defeating the rogue thought, we can't spare any forces. Once that is dealt with, we will be making well, if you head back to Elventree, we will be able to rally our forces, and hopefully we'll be able to gather the forces required to siege Sizith Morcaine and either push out or destroy the demonically charged fire giants that have taken it.
That does not sound good.
Right. Love that. And you think we can help you?
Yes.
Why?
Because you have helped in the past.
Yeah, but nothing to, like, this scale. This is, like, bordering on war.
Yes, and you would be a small part in the war, hopefully. But a turning point, definitely.
Right. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm always open to trying new experiences.
Yeah, war. Ha. Yeah. What is it good?
I mean, absolutely nothing can go wrong with this quest.
Say it again.
I don't believe that.
It's not like the cannon will be completely fucked if anything happens to us.
He looks at...
Pi just pats him on the shoulder and goes, "Sure."
He looks at...
Just kind of claps Miles around the shoulder. It's all right, Miles Ray. We've got plot armor.
Yeah.
He looks...
Sorry. We've got the one ship that they can't sink.
Yeah.
Friendship.
He looks at Malzare and Calderax and... What?
What?
Never you mind, disposable minion.
Do you taste copper?
Why do you keep saying that?
Well, it tastes like blood.
It's a thing like when you metagame, your character starts bleeding.
Oh, I like that.
bleeding from the eyes again.
He looks at you with blood trickling down his face and just says, "There's a reason you haven't been in any recent crossovers. You know that, right?"
You know what? Before our heads explode, I think it's a bit risky, especially if Graz is involved. But you know what? What's life without a few risks?
Just a question,
Right.
John. Serious question. What happens if we say no? What's the rest of the session?
I murder everybody and come up with a new endgame plot.
Oh my god! Oh, this is the endgame
Possi-
plot? Oh, cool.
Possibly the other way round.
Hell yeah.
This is the current planned endgame plot. That's not to say that it'll definitely be the end. This is as far as I've gotten.
This is the end.
Well,
The
that is
show.
the matter of our fee.
Oh, we're all gonna die. Does a fee matter?
I mean, hell, if we survive, we can make out like kings.
Yeah.
For tiara.
I should put the ambient music back on now.
Fun.
I'm sure you'll be rewarded.
And what's your name again?
Nameless minion.
Oh.
I'm mostly referred to as you there.
Oh, I'm afraid I need a name because you're now promising us a reward, so it's gonna have to go back to you if they refuse it.
We'll take it to your superiors.
That's true.
Cogs are whirring.
John is hurriedly trying to find a name generator.
No rest for the wicked.
Just for 3 days.
Yeah, and?
Do you want to retire quick?
Arastos.
What?
Arastos is my name.
Arresto.
Wait, is he here to arrest us?
How? I'm gonna punch you in the dick in a second.
That wasn't how. That was Michael.
Michael, I'm gonna punch you in the dick in a second.
How couldn't come up with puns? They need brain.
The rest of
Promised reward.
Yeah.
Guy. Who
Okay,
From-
you guys set off on your adventure, and I'll never see you again now. Bye.
No.
He says, just leaving a trail of blood behind him as he breaks
Okay,
the fourth wall.
Goodbye.
who
As he barrels through the fourth wall.
reward? There we go.
Goodbye, I'll
Made
never
it.
see you again. My people need me. And he floats off into the sky.
That won't
Yay,
save you from your
bye.
responsibilities.
Did he die on his way back to his home planet?
It was the weirdest thing. No, he just leaves.
Well,
Ah, that's
Well-
a shame.
I suppose we need to get the horses ready.
yeah, seems that way.
I gotta get Muffin ready. Muffin.
I'll
Muffin now.
go check what supplies we have. Pack us some
Okay.
rations and stuff.
And stuff.
I assume we're leaving first thing in the morning.
I suppose.
Gives us the day to do stuff. Get prepared and whatnot.
You gather supplies and stuff. And the following morning, unless you wish to do anything else before you leave, you leave.
Looks like we're setting out on one last adventure, lads. Maybe not the last, maybe the second to last. you never know.
How is Hal looking like with the news that we're going back underground?
With his eyes.
Is he
I
looking
am-
okay with it, or is he
I
already
am
like, on edge?
uneasy.
Okay. I think that evening, like before they go to bed, Pi would head up into his room and check on him. Just knock at the door.
Hello.
Can I come in?
Yeah, you can.
Sort of shuffles into the room. You okay? I know underground was hard for you before.
I'll be fine. It's for a good reason.
Yeah. I learnt a thing. I learnt a new thing. Can I show you?
Yeah.
She will sit next to him, like on the bed, and will use newly gained prestidigitation to make a gust of like fresh, sweet smelling air.
Ooh, that's really cool.
I know it doesn't fix being underground, but maybe it will help a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's silly.
I would reach out and grab her hand and just... I'll be fine, I've got you there.
If you're sure. You don't have to if you really can't. I need you to know that it's a choice.
I'll choose to be beside you, then.
Okay. I'll feel better with you by my side as well.
Good. That is what I like to hear.
If either of you want to sing a song, I can pause the background music again.
Yeah.
You just hear Mallory around. You just hear Mallory around the door going, "Gay or European."
There. You see her? Sitting there across the way.
Calderak somehow like floats past the window on a boat.
Yeah, just...
And you don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl.
You're not sure where he got the boat or how he's up here, but
I imagine Malzare's doing the...
Apparently, he's just sailing along on the remnants of the fourth wall that we've severely shattered this evening.
Wow, wow, wow,
Anyway, back to serious D&D.
Back to
Serious
reality. Oh,
business.
there goes gravity.
How's now on the ceiling?
You set off the following morning, and it takes you about 10 days to head underground and find the lair of the rogue thought.
Joy!
Yay!
The journey itself is largely uneventful,
Okay.
save for as you start to get closer and closer to the lair. The last couple of days, Pyrolis and Malzare, there is a buzzing. Is it a buzz in your head?
Hey guys, you hearing anything?
Yes,
Like-
you just spoke. And I heard.
I mean, it's very damp down here, so I'm hearing a lot of dripping. And
Like, it's like,
Oh, I've also been humming a little tune, and I hum the song that Malsare sang to Calderex.
I'm gonna murder you. No one will find your body.
like, I don't know,
Can
like
we all
bugs or something.
Can we all hear it?
You can hear it.
Yeah. Maybe the bees.
It's just like a
well,
buzz.
if it's bees, it's very selective bees, because I can't hear any of that.
I can't hear anything either, Calderex, so you're just as smart as I am.
Well, it was a good run. Can I... maybe one of these stalactites could hold a rope?
You want a stalagmite, then the rope won't slide.
Then I'll be on
Bee.
track.
You just find a really tall one. Be alright.
Right, I'm gonna sing a song about bees. And it's full on death metal. We are bees! We hate you! Oh, thanks for the backing!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a little sus, so I'm gonna look at my character sheet. See if... Oh, I'm gonna cast See Invisibility to see if I'm missing something.
If you can see the breeze!
So I can see the bees. Where do I... Where the fuck are the spells? There they are. Roll the dice. I said roll the dice. There we go. Do I see anything?
You look around and no, you see in addition to what you expect to see of your group around you and some darkened caves that you're traveling through, you do see a faint glow hanging in the air that you couldn't see before.
Uh-huh.
But it's just kind of
Well-
everywhere.
Is that just the ethereal plane?
Not quite the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well, something funky up around here.
Roll me a Arcana check.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20.
But it wasn't, so...
Shut up.
Do
If-
better.
If you describe this effect that you can see through See Invisibility, anybody else who wants to can make me Arcana checks.
I
Oh,
will
yeah.
do just that.
How is super smart? He'll see if he knows what it is.
Uh-huh.
I will attempt. I doubt highly I'll be able to. Oh, then again!
Oh, how that was so close to another nat 1.
I know!
It just like skidded off it.
I've discovered the secret. If I just continue to say that I'm definitely not going to make it, I'll make it.
Calderax, you have heard of
The Muffin Man.
the Muffin Man.
The Muffin.
You have heard of a sort of magical radiation that suffuses areas of the Underdark that the Drow call Feyrez. It's leftover radiation from the mighty forces that originally shaped the Underdark. And it distorts and interferes with certain types of magic.
Then I relay this to the peeps of whom I'm traveling with, and hearing the buzzing and the toing and yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing then?
It might be. It's the only thing I can think of.
Pi is still just looking around, really confused.
Well, why specifically just us two?
I mean, you both use arcane magics.
Oh! Oh, and you're the god guy, right, yeah.
Divine.
And I don't use any magic.
And he doesn't use any magic.
Because you're a wusshow.
I just look at you, look at my six-pack, and look back at you.
Mal with his fucking twig body.
Hal looked at you, looks at his six-pack, looks at you, and then just looks utterly destroyed.
God. Alright, well...
When you
I
say
think that-
it has slightly different effect, like, what impact does it have? Is that something we need to worry about?
Well, I think, Jim.
You would know that areas with Ferez infusion are highly sought after by drows to sort of live in, because it frustrates attempts at spying and protects against enemies attacking, and is occasionally utilized by them to create powerful magical items. However, the effects on magic are wildly strange and unpredictable, as are the effects upon the creatures that dwell in areas of high Frez. So it's difficult to tell exactly what will happen from one space to another, depending on the concentration and the nature of said infusion.
So, basically, we need to be on guard. Both for
And
the
be
magic
careful,
we can kick
and
out.
possibly be careful when casting anything.
Yeah.
Because it might make things
Conjure
tricky.
But I just can't see... Ugh!
I mean, you cast the invisibility, and that worked okay. So, we know that one can probably be fine. But
I'm gonna fucking die.
Pi
We won't
will,
let that happen.
Pi will conjure the fireball and just keep it on her shoulder. Because she's kind of not quite convinced as to whether that counts or not, but she's not risking it. She doesn't know enough about magic to be like 100% sure.
you summon the Pyramore, it detonates with the force of a 40 megaton warhead.
I mean, that's what it usually
Maybe
does.
Before this buzzing gets too loud, it can stay with me now.
You just hold out your hand and the pyramol just erupts into it. Seems fine.
In the form of a big hammer.
just the end has got like a slight sound when you hit things.
Yeah. Just gonna keep it on the shoulder.
You eventually find, after the last 2 days of travel with a constant a roughly circular cavern.
Have they been sleeping?
Not soundly.
With difficulty.
But you find yourselves here.
Here I am.
Yeah.
In a roughly circular cavern.
Oh shit, that was quick.
Approximately
There are swirlies.
approximately 40-ish feet across. And there is a description.
And for some reason, these people that live under the ground are apparently planning a sailing trip.
Yeah.
By the look of it.
Entering this chamber provides a fairly jarring introduction to the lair of the rogue mind flayer. There are 4 bodies arranged in the chairs around the table. Use your
Yes, I can see them.
use the theatre of your mind.
That one has a great big bushy beard.
The theatre of my mind is currently preoccupied with the amount of sugar that's in my bloodstream.
They have been seated as if they are in mid-conversation and then just stopped.
Oh.
There are also a few oddly coloured pools of liquid around the room that are casting dim light and colourful shimmers across the nearby surface. It would be almost calming if it weren't for the sense of foreboding that 4 dead bodies brings.
Yeah.
3 of them are human males, and 1 of them is a female drow. And it doesn't take you rolling to work out they are dead.
Oh.
Okay. Can I roll to see how dead? As in, like, how long?
No, how alive? Don't worry.
What level of dead are these guys?
Have they been here months?
If
They
you
dead
wish to
yesterday.
approach, make me a medicine check.
I will approach, but I'm not inspecting the bodies. I'm just there, keeping an eye out, making sure nothing hurts my friend.
Okay.
How am I doing a medicine check? There it is. Normal.
Okay. They're dead.
That was very poor for a minute, and then it went to like.
As you check across each of them, you sort of look over their heads, and you find in the back of each of their heads 4 holes bored into the crowns of their skulls.
Ouch. I will
And
point this out to people.
and the brain has been removed.
When you point it out to Harry, he goes, "Eh."
Yeah, their heads are empty. Like, literally. There's no brain in here at all.
You-
People say that about me all the time.
You can tell that the brains have been removed through the same holes that are bored into their heads.
Oh.
I mean, I've heard of trepanning before, but geez,
Well,
they left the brain in there for that.
At least we know he might not. This rogue mind might not be hungry. That's
True.
good.
That is not a comforting thought.
Is that how they eat then?
I believe we know. We know.
You and Malzere would definitely know because you've seen a lot of mind flayers in the course of your existences. I don't know if Pyrolis has had the same level of interaction with them.
They feed pretty much exclusively on brains.
I do not like that.
It's just.
Hal regrets not bringing a hard hat.
Or a bucket.
Such a good idea.
I mean, different strokes for different folks, but brains aren't really part of my menu.
No, they seem very squishy. I don't think they'd be very satisfying.
That is the thing you take issue with?
I mean, if their digestive system can only handle it, it was like that's not a problem. But the fact they've had to do what to humanoids. I mean, I don't know if they can. I presume they can consume animals' brains, but I don't really know. The conversations never come up when I've met one. So,
what's this map all about?
As you approach the table, the surface of it is covered in maps and crumpled parchments, scroll tubes, and the remains of a recent meal that still looks fresh.
Oh.
fresh.
Intriguing.
What would you like to have a look at first?
So the meal looks fresh, and how fresh or not are these bodies?
The bodies are fairly fresh.
Okay. I mean, take a look at the papers and stuff on the table probably first, because the meal lines up with what I'd expect from the body's age.
The papers, the crumpled papers, are written in common.
Nice.
And they appear to be outlining mercantile agreements between an unnamed drow outpost and the red plumes of Hillsfar.
Okay. And are these people wearing any particular uniforms?
No. They do not bear any insignias of allegiance. They do not have any valuables and are curiously devoid of any possessions that might tell you who they are.
Suspicious.
So they're just like wearing like plain clothes.
Plain
no armor.
clothes.
That's unsettling.
You don't normally come down to the Underdark without some sort of protection.
Yeah. And does anything on the maps ring any bells from stuff that we've seen, as in like where they were going whilst they were underground, or?
The one of the maps is a highly detailed map of Hillsfar.
Okay.
Which is spread out across the tabletop. Although sort of the crumpled papers and a deck of playing cards and the scroll tubes and the meal are sort of all atop it.
Yeah.
It is a very large, clearly shows every street and building and every bit of infrastructure. So like the sewers.
Yeah, like stupidly detailed.
It would be a good collector's item if you find somebody who is into collecting maps.
I think I would be inclined to take it, just so it doesn't potentially get into the wrong hands. If there's more stuff at play here.
Would you like to roll me a history check to see if you recognise the other two maps?
I can give it a whirl. Don't think it's a strong point of mine, but
College try.
Okay. So one of them is a map of Flan.
You mean a recipe?
The top is made of the finest.
The location of Flan.
The fridge, the cupboard.
The flan shop.
Which is...
Where do you store flan? In a fridge or a cupboard?
I think fridge, isn't it?
How do you store flan?
Slightly sidetracked, but sure.
Fridge.
Which is a similar to the Hillsfar map. It is a very detailed map. It is likely, given your history check, to only be about a year or two old. As it shows something known as the Thicket, a dense dome of thick brambles and briars erected around the city of Vorgan Sharax.
Right.
A city that a monstrous green dragon recently took by force.
Oh, okay.
The final map shows... the final 2 maps are of Mulemaster, where you recently travelled to the mountain range. And dealt with the monks. While detailed, the newer map appears to have been a token effort, as there's a big red X across the harbour, and sort of written repeatedly over certain sections of the map is just ha 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 ha.
Oh. Yeah, we'll leave that one behind.
The older map shows trade routes in and out of Mulemaster, the city of Mulemaster itself, and includes what appears to be guard rotation schedules in the margins.
I'll definitely want to be taking that one then.
You would also notice with your history check that the more recent of the 2 maps shows damage done recently by cultists.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would be inclined to take anything that seems like it could be used in any sort of attack or
So
any ill games.
still on the table, you've got some scroll tubes, you've got some playing cards, and there's the food.
What is the food?
It appears to be drow travelling rations, lots of grain, and a curious tarry substance. But you think it'd be safe to eat?
Not planning on eating it, just wondering what they were having.
Scroll tubes. I want to know.
The scroll tubes are empty.
Okay.
Does it look like the maps or anything might have come out of them, or
They would be the perfect size to to carry a map in, so presumably the maps would roll up and fit in the scroll tubes.
okay, that's what Pi will do then. For the maps that she's taking with her. Anything of note with the playing cards, or they were mid-game?
It's a well-crafted 3-dragon anti-deck of playing cards.
Okay.
It looks like they may have been either like something to do after trade negotiations, or
Or just that thing.
just a thing that somebody happened to had about their person that has been left behind.
Yeah, that's fair. So 4 chairs, 4 people.
No brains.
Yeah, no brains. Can I do a... is this the kind of floor that might have footprints?
No, it's a rough
cave,
like carved cave floor.
Don't know, won't worry about that then. So we'll assume that 4 people came in, something happened, and
I mean, I believe I technically should be able to ask them stuff. I don't think they need a brain to be able to be asked stuff.
Only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
If we have any questions.
Before we do this, is there a limit to how many questions you can ask?
I think it's 3 questions.
I believe it is
Probably,
3.
and I'm gonna start tasting copper. You probably want How to not be around when you do this.
Well, why don't we just go over here?
I believe
Because How will ask,
I believe it's. I believe they only respond.
They will only answer Calderax.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Because how would different? What's your name? What were you doing here? Where did you get your clothes?
Who did your hair?
Are you really the head of the Quickie Mart?
Where did your brain go?
Really?
So, Sean, you get 5 questions.
Oh, that means you get one dumb question for how.
It will know everything that it knew in life, but they have no compulsion to tell you the truth if they don't want to.
No.
New.
If people are wanting to ask questions, I will gladly use the spell slot.
Yes.
It also, doesn't. They won't learn anything new since they died, and
yeah, they'll only know what they knew.
Yeah.
So
the only thing I could think to ask them was, were there other people, and kind of what their meeting was about and that sort of stuff, but I don't know whether they would be.
Where would they be?
That would be.
Well, it'd be gussy because they don't have to tell us the truth. Is the thing. So it's like. So I can do it, but I don't know if it's worth.
I don't think it's worth it. If we find other people further down the line, we find other people. Like.
Yeah.
I will leave it for now. No questions for you, dead bodies.
Now I'll never know
I'd
what
rather
their
have
names were.
the spell slot to protect us.
You look closer at their clothes, and it turns out they're all wearing name tags.
And one was called Carl.
Bob, Bernard, Dan, and Francine.
It's an old drow family name.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are 2 sets of doors.
I accidentally unplugged my headphones.
That explains what that was, then. There
I
are...
also said... Oh, never mind.
Oh.
I was just going to say, I think one of Hal's questions would have been if they thought they'd be friends.
Aww.
just it looked Hal dead in the eye and goes, no.
That would crush him, I think.
It would.
Yeah, so do either of the doors look more recently used or anything like that?
As you look to the doors, you notice the 2 doors out of the room, and you also notice a carved basin in the north wall.
Oh.
Huh.
I'm gonna go over and have a look at it. Where is it?
Sort of around here.
Hello.
Again, I'm going to be following along, because...
I'm going to remain exactly where I am, ready for...
Investigate.
Make me an investigation or a medicine roll.
I've got better in medicine, so I'm probably going to fail it.
One way to find out.
Or roll a 22.
Yeah.
So there is a basin with a small carved depression inside. The carving appears to be a bottom-up view of the underside of a human brain.
Lovely.
Oh, as in we've got to put a brain in there.
As in a brain would sit perfectly in it, yes.
Guys.
Yeah?
The dip in here is brain shaped.
Well, we need a brain, huh?
Nope. How backtracks for 10 days?
well, who isn't using their brain? Look,
from the way you imply all the time, me, so...
Are either of these sets of doors open?
They're both closed at the moment.
Do you need me to try and pick them open?
I mean, we don't.
You haven't attempted them yet.
I'm gonna go listen at this one.
Alright.
I'm more than happy to try.
What am I doing?
Roll me perception.
That's the word.
Percepcione.
That was a roller coaster of dice on my screen.
On my screen, that literally just like flopped out on 14. They just, boom, done.
Yeah, mine went up the screen.
I might order an ice cream sundae.
Not a bad shout.
You don't hear anything through this door.
Well, not hearing anything in this one.
What about this door? Yeah.
Rolly the dicey.
Yeah, 15.
You don't hear anything through that door either.
I don't hear anything this door.
Okay, I think we should open the doors.
Yeah, you first.
Okay, I open the door.
I mean, you're not stood near either door right now, so...
Well, yeah, look, I'm not moving myself around all the time.
I've already opened them. Fuck all y'all.
Seeing anything fun through there?
Bam! I open these ones as well. Oh, I don't have dark vision, so I can't really see anything.
There's a relatively short corridor that leads to more doors.
I open this one, like, it gets dark really quickly.
Yeah, there's more doors at the end of here too. Do we have any map for this? Like, this isn't on anything that we were given or brought down with us, right?
I will try to use echolocation.
Just running down going, car! Car!
How am I doing?
No, stop that.
Just rejoins. Mauser. Well, we're going to die, so.
How could you make me a perception check at disadvantage, please?
You know what? Let's just go together, Cal. I don't care anymore. I'm scared.
Yes.
Maybe let's not split up.
Oh no!
You don't hear anything.
Couple good rolls.
Here.
He's also walked into loads of cobwebs.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
How I come back to the light. There we go. That's better. Which way are we going?
Okay, I can't do echolocation.
Just gonna check out here. They're about the same length of corridor. Like, again, are either of these showing any footprints? Any? Are the handles more worn in one than the other? Anything like that?
No. They're both like very well maintained doors. Almost as if the handles never actually get used.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna have to go down one at least right or left.
Well, I don't
Go
see
right.
how.
Go right unless told otherwise.
Works for me.
Works to me.
Whoop!
How are you joining?
Yeah.
Yeetus.
I can't see anymore.
I will give How a rock that she's light on.
That's it. I'm just giving him a rock.
It's going to be a small enough rock that he could put it in his pocket to hide the light if he needed to. But yeah.
I can see.
Just so he's got a little bit of
Okay.
little bit of something.
I dodge all the cobwebs this time.
There are no cobwebs.
I'm gonna listen at these doors.
Yeah.
Do it, coward.
Perception. 15 again.
You place your head to the door, and the other side of the door feels very cold.
Very
But
cold.
you don't hear anything other than the occasional, like... You know the sound of a freezer? Like a big freezer? Like when ice just shifts against itself.
Oh, that is like kind of almost cracking kind of sound.
You hear that?
I think there's ice beyond this.
Okay, I'll try and open the door.
You open the door, and there is a slight crack as the ice that had slightly sealed the door shut cracks. This room has a much cooler temperature, thanks to these 4 large columns made of ice.
Oh. Is the floor icy?
The floor is not frozen, but it's cold.
But not a slip hazard.
Not a slippy hazard. As long as you don't run around near the columns themselves.
I love the way that Sean said slip hazard and you said slippy hazard. It's quite adorable.
It's not a slippy hazard. There is also this chest.
There's our box.
Is actually a large block of ice.
Oh.
And inside it you can see a number of curious things. Suspended brains, small vials of yellowish liquid, and strange otherworldly symbols. There is a beaten copper plate emblazoned with symbols along one side.
What, this thing?
Yep.
I mean,
what does it say?
I'm going to head in and sort of follow Malzory.
Same.
More doors over there. Okay.
I'll quickly go listen at these doors.
What do the symbols look like?
There's a random, notch of map that's weird there.
Ignore the random notch of map that exists where there's a secret feckin' door. For reason...
There must be something to look at.
Ah, man, my perception was great, guys.
But yeah, what do the symbols say? Or whatever.
They look cool.
Am I fucking invisible?
You don't recognize the actual symbols.
Okay.
They are just sort of runey shapes.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Hate that.
Okay. What if we poke them?
I'll just back up a little bit and get ready with some healing stuff. Hang on.
I'm not saying we do poke them. I'm saying, what if we do poke them?
Oh, actually, while I was over here, I'm going to do a perception as well.
Meh.
You guys don't hear anything at that door.
Well, not hearing anything in there. Comes back over.
You manage to get your head away from the door as you're starting to freeze to some of the more metallic places.
So it appears we might need the brain.
I mean, at least with that thing in the other room, we might need one of those brains.
Oh, Sean, you've been over here. Hal would have been over here as well, and I've now hopefully fixed the gap in this secret wall. There was another basin on this wall.
Oh, okay. Does it also have a brain hole?
Roll me an investigation or medicine check.
Medicine all the way.
This has the bottom-up view of the underside of a giant bloated brain.
Oh.
A giant brain.
Okay, I'm gonna go and open this door then, because we have to keep exploring.
Are these brains frozen in there looking regular size, or have they shrunk in the cold? Do brains do that?
They look lots of different sizes. There's about a dozen brains in there.
This is horribly unsettling.
We're gonna have to root around in there at some point.
I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I'm not inclined to touch that unless we need to. If it has some symbols on it we don't know.
Well, I mean, I might have something that can identify some things, but I prefer to like.
That'd be a cool
If we,
spell. What do you think it would be called?
it'll be cool and everything, but I don't want to use my spells yet in case we open this door and there's something horrible on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Hal, when you were in the other corridor running around, did the temperature shift at all in there?
Not that you noticed.
Okay.
Not that I noticed.
Okay. Hmm. Just have a...
Hmm?
Just have a funny feeling that maybe we're collecting and shifting around brains to fill these things, given there's 2 of them already.
I don't think I want to do that.
I don't know.
I mean,
Just be a...
there's something to do with brains because it's the second room we've had with a
Yeah,
brain pan.
and that's a different brain, and yeah,
So
I just have a funny feeling that there's something going on here. We should
that's something,
first.
but obviously we better clear out what we know we can get to first.
Yeah. I don't like it, but yeah.
Well, as long as we clear out what we got here, then we know that we're relatively safe. If we try and rummage through brains and everything, we might get attacked while trying to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's press forward. If this has a way to go back round to the left, maybe it's a loop. Who knows?
It may well be. But first, we must open the door that has been expertly checked by 2 whole people. And nothing.
Yeah. Go for it.
Bam! Yeah!
And how's off? More doors.
Can you move Amy, please? We have a little mouse up, please, John.
No, Amy stays behind.
No.
Charge.
Hello. There we
No
go.
leave the mouse array.
I'm gonna do another perception. Okay.
That was the most hateful 6 I've ever seen.
I will also do a perception.
Screw it, I'm thieving as well.
No.
No, not much better.
Can we get one from Alice off, please?
I enjoy that my critical fail is the same as you're just rolling.
Warring at what, a 3, I think I rolled.
There we go. Somebody can hear a door.
You don't hear anything beyond the door.
Okay.
Ha cha cha cha.
Ooh. Okay, there's.
Oh,
some
guys, it's gonna be
mushrooms.
cramped. It's gonna be cramped in here. There's not much room.
This chamber is incredibly humid, and the air is very stale. A faint acrid odour hangs in the air, similar to freshly harvested alfalfa, which obviously we all know what that smells like.
Of course.
Several large orbs hover in the air, bobbing gently. And more alarmingly, they have a number of stalks growing from their central mass.
Okay. First things first, I want to look around the room to see if I can see anywhere the brains go.
One moment.
Perception? Or is that just a general looky? it's kind of damp in here enough for mushrooms to grow, I could imagine like a swelled brain being in here somewhere. It just has that kind of feel to it, you know?
Amy is disappearing. She has a headache.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's
That's all right.
okay.
So,
Take care.
bye,
take some
Amy.
paracetamol.
Love you.
Love you too. They got my brains, mate. You can use them for my sacrifice bar.
Dude, good
Okay, we will.
sleeps.
Bye.
There is a basin, and it's on this wall.
Okay, yep, down there somewhere.
Roll me a medicine check.
Medicine check.
Requires a tiny baby brain.
You don't recognize this brain.
Can I get a general, is it larger or smaller than the previous ones?
It is smaller than the bloated brain.
Okay.
Would anybody else like to roll me an investigation or a medicine check to look at the brain?
Yes, if Pyrrhus isn't sure.
This appears to be, both of you realise, the carving of a lizard brain.
Lizard brain, I think.
Yes, it is a lizard brain.
That was not what I was expecting, but sure. And this pond here, I assume is like a pond?
Yeah, it's kind of a space filled with muck.
Can I see any brain-like goop in there?
One moment.
I just have a feeling, given that we've seen frozen brains in that one, that maybe we need to do an old switcheroo and get the brains in the right brain boxes. Could be wrong though.
Calderax.
Yes.
You notice. You notice a vaguely humanoid shape buried in the debris and muck at the north end of this room.
As in here, or is it like
Sort of past it, underneath the mushrooms.
Something humanoid up there.
Oh. Okay.
Where, sorry?
Like up here.
Stroll
Like underneath some debris and mushrooms.
up to take a closer look.
I'll use my quarterstaff and try and like knock the mushrooms away just in case they have any toxicness upon them.
Sean, could you roll me a dexterity check as you move across the room?
Oh.
And
God.
Calderax can do the same, please.
Dexterity check.
What about me?
As an ability check, yeah.
Yeah, actually, all three of you make me dex checks. Yes, ability.
Normal.
Probably.
I specifically went around this.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's not to do with that because
No, but just.
Unfortunately, as you did specifically go around it,
That was nearly a 19.
Like, she would be being really careful not to be stepping places that are unsteady.
Pyrrhus, you do that successfully and make your way around the pool of muck
Yay!
However,
Right.
unfortunately, Calderax places his foot on a slippery, slime-covered mushroom stone combination and slips and falls into the muck, as does How.
Actually, as I was falling, if I was going to fall, I'd cast Levitate so I wouldn't.
How hovers slightly
Matrix
above the
yourself out
muck,
of it.
while Calderax falls into a muck of phosphorescent fungus, slime, and partially pickled brain bits.
Yeah.
How is very glad he did not.
Pi will pull Hal sort of out from over the edge.
Thank you.
Back over solid land.
I appreciate that.
And gesture the Pyramul towards Calderax to grab onto to help him back out.
I'm just climbing back out.
Right.
There's this squelching noise as you pull yourself free of the muck.
I can help with part of that, maybe. I can clean some of it.
That's what you could use prestidigitation.
Yeah. Does that count as like an item of clothing, a whole outfit?
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
you can just
I
cast
will.
it multiple times.
Yeah, Pi will do that until Cal is clean.
The muck just sort of shoots off his outfit and just back into the pile.
I despise the Underdark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
So, a warning. If anyone approaches us asking us to come back down here, I'm not.
Yeah. I can get behind that. So I'm glad I learned how to clean stuff. It's proved useful already.
You also notice...
If I had the spell slots power, I'd just flame strike that pool right now.
You also
We'll hit it
notice,
on the way back out, it's
as
fine.
you've made it to the top of the room, an intact humanoid brain.
Ooh.
That doesn't appear to have been eaten yet, or pickled, or really broken down at all.
Does it look like it would match the first one we found?
It does.
Okay, Pi will grab some like waxed fabric that she would have for wrapping around food, and pick it up in that, trying her best not to touch it.
Okay.
I feel like this is going in the first room, right, guys?
Maybe.
Looks like
I'm
it
assuming.
is.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah. And I'm going
I'm
to
still levitating. Just
trot back this way, grab hold of Hal's foot, and just pull him with me.
There is still a matter of a humanoid in the mushrooms
Yeah.
here.
You just kind of go, oh, look at the... I point out there's a human, I go, oh, look, a brain, hi!
Yeah, because the brain's what we need.
A humanoid, it might be a live human down here.
Well, you go poke it then.
Because you guys are over there.
okay,
You're
fine,
all
I'll-
over there.
I will look and see if the body is alive. I poke it with my quarterstaff.
Hey up.
A Draugr female, who will be represented at the moment by this drow. I don't have a female Draugr. Groggily wakes up as you poke her
We'll hide the brain behind my back.
What?
Oh, hi. My name is How.
I am Thiara.
That's a pretty name, Tiara.
Thiara Gravelthumb.
I'm not gonna remember the second part.
Where am I?
You're in the Underdank.
We're in a cave down here. Where do you remember being last?
I was...
Can I check the back of your head?
Yes?
I look at the back. Is there a hole in the back of her head?
No.
Okay, she still has her brain, probably.
We gathered that, How.
I was travelling from an outpost to Spore Dome. I was waylaid along the way.
Sounds like it's pretty crowded there. Sounds like there wouldn't be much room.
But despite my best efforts, I was unable to escape the Githyanki patrol. I need to...
The what?
Githyanki.
Okay.
You're not from around here, are you?
Okay, I'm really smart, but my friend there with the tail and the horns, he's not very smart. So say everything
I mean,
like you're explaining it to
try-
a really dumb person.
You can try to lie to her as much as you like. You just questioned if she had a brain.
Michael knows this. How does not?
Yeah, and I'm literally spelling this out for How in words in front of this lady.
You don't know if you need a brain to keep moving and talking and stuff.
You're right. We should experiment with you.
Oh, I like my brain. I like it's got like pretty flowers in it, I think, because I think about them a lot. I also think about people. Never mind.
I need to get out of here.
Well,
Who were you? Were you with other people?
And
I'm
I
gonna
was
quickly just search my flat for chocolate. I'll be 2 ticks.
travelling. No, I was alone.
Think this yourself. Okay, probably not going to be suddenly in tears by meeting 4 people that they once knew outside. Cool. How far have we trekked to get into this bit so far? That's underground.
From the surface, it took you about a week, but you don't know specifically where she's going from here.
Oh, okay.
Drow live in the Underdark, so it could
Yeah. No, I was just trying to think about how we could explain where we are if she doesn't recognize this.
You would know from her description of Spore Dome. Spore Dome is a place that your characters have been to previously. That would probably be about a week's travel from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will.
Maybe just slightly less than a week.
Yeah.
I have chocolate and Fanta fruit twist.
Yay. Yeah, I will try and sort of explain where we are and give her that knowledge.
She thanks you as she's clearly been moved while unconscious.
Are you
Does she look
Safe
injured?
to travel?
Roll me a
Can I medicine it?
medicine check.
Correct.
I got it. I got this.
Okay,
I'm
it's, not,
just excited about holding a brain.
it's apparently not letting me roll. So
And I
yeah.
also know that she has a brain still. Figured
Well,
that
there
out.
we go. Now it's letting me.
Yay.
You both, from what you can see, she doesn't look that injured at all.
Curious.
Hmm.
Really? I don't detect any bullshit.
No, you believe her.
Is there
I
any reason
still
you...
find it odd, but I don't detect any falsehood.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is there any reason you might have been knocked out and moved that you can think of? Do you recognise here at all?
No. I've never been here before.
Know any mind flayers?
No.
Okay, but like, are you a mind flayer? If you are, you have to tell us.
No,
That's the law.
I'm Theara
Like,
Gravel Thumb.
If you ask
If
someone if they're a town guard and they don't tell you that they're a town guard and they are a town guard, that's a crime.
Don't think that's accurate.
It's not. But either way, she'd be more tentacly if she was a mind flayer.
Is
She could be hiding them.
They're on their face.
Is there a safe way out of here?
Straight through the muck.
Or around the muck, but
I
be
meant-
careful, it gets a bit slippy.
I meant further than just... How do I get out of this cavern complex?
Well,
The open
Pretty much.
doors?
if you go through the open doors, yes, that's how we've been traveling through.
There is a slightly disturbing scene. Not in the next room, the one after.
Oh yeah, they might be your friends. Do you have 3 humans and a drow as a friend?
No, I was traveling alone.
No, okay, then they're not your friends.
There are,
Still dead though, so
yeah,
you're not
four dead
you're not
bodies
liking
out
dead
there.
people.
They were
Why
there
is
when
this
we
disturbing?
arrived. Very. So just be warned. Would you, you're more than welcome to stay with us for a short while whilst you just regain some of your,
Bearings.
sense of self and bearings. Can't imagine it's pleasant just waking up in a cave.
Also, if you need a hug, I am available.
He does give great
I-
hugs.
I think I should get going. I need to let people know that that I'm okay.
That you didn't die?
Yes. I was...
What?
Because you just trailed off there, and I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page.
Yes, thank you.
What
So,
date was it that you remember last?
She reels off a date that was like 2 or 3 days old at this point.
Okay. You've been out for a little while. We'll tell her exactly how long. Stay with us a while. We're just clearing out this last room that we think that it's likely that they're connected.
Okay. I'll stay back.
Just until you've got yourself together again. Would hate for you to head off and pass out again or something.
I'll stay
This
back and
room-
let you deal with things.
Yeah, this room's more pleasant than the cold of the previous one. Believe it or not.
It's very damp in here.
Yeah. We'll see what the next one holds. Just be very careful of this pile. It's incredibly slippery.
Yes.
my friend, he fell in it.
And so did you. You just floated.
Would you like a hand?
I would, I'm still levitating.
He just waves the pile.
Swing.
towards Al. Off you go. Just kind of, if you push Hal, he will continue going for a while, right?
If he so chooses.
So Pi would get him to hang on to the pine wall and sort of drag it through the air with Hal, and
me.
and then he just continue sort of floating through the air until he gets yeah, and she'd offer a hand to this other person in case she's unsteady.
She gratefully accepts it and crosses the goop.
And we'll just walk her back to somewhere in the middle of the room.
Meanwhile, as you've been doing the humanitarian rescuing, Malzere sort of walks over with 2 opals in one hand, a golden like circlet in the other,
yeah,
and a chainmail pouch with 35 gold pieces in.
It's been looting the place.
He's been looting the room while you've been distracted.
I will just look at it and go, yeah, makes sense.
Where'd you get that stuff?
It was under the mushrooms.
Oh. But that's not ours.
Is now. Finders keepers.
Just aiming at the door, not hearing anything.
You don't hear anything.
Well,
you do hear the very loud sound of a door being opened.
Creak.
As
if that's a very damp room, it will also be a really
creaky door.
Door, probably, if it's a wooden door.
Creaky door.
There.
Why am I controlling you from there, Malzere? Get on this one. Controlling Malzere from the camera view.
Perceiving at this top.
You hear sounds. You hear shouting.
Oh.
You hear shouting.
And more shouting.
We hear shouting and hollering.
Oh. Means nothing to me. I assume
I don't understand.
Wait, is our friend over there?
Yeah.
Should we ask her? She understands it.
If possible.
I will. Yeah, we'll have run up and grabbed her.
Someone's not very happy with someone in there. Those are some very, very rude words in Undercommon.
I don't speak Undercommon. How do you say hug? Or friend? How do you say friend?
I don't recognize the other language being spoken either.
Other language?
What languages does Mal speak, by the way? Like, does Mal recognize either of these?
I don't recognize that.
That's squiffy writing.
No. Malzere does not recognize either of these languages.
Neither do I.
You also hear the sound. I mean, it could be. You'd like to think the sound of somebody punching a joint of meat that's hanging from the ceiling every once in a while. But it probably isn't, given the way that it occasionally yelps.
Go, I'm opening these doors.
Which voice yelps? The one that...
the one that she recognizes.
Understand. Okay.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm gonna follow behind.
I'll roll initiative.
I just kick down the door and be like, leave that person alone!
I would have loved it if you kicked the door open and said, "Leave that person alone," and it actually was someone punching meat.
I'm afraid of meat.
You see a male drow appears to be tied to a post, and 4 strange-looking green-skinned humanoids are screaming at him. One of the 4 carries a massive silvery blade, and all of them are wearing ornately carved exotic armor.
Glances back at our friend, like, do you recognize these people?
No. I mean, that's a drow.
Yeah, I got that far. The other 4.
Are you mind flayers in disguise?
The person closest to the drow just keeps poking the drow in the face. The other 3 just turn to look at you as you kick the door open.
Leave that man alone. He's not done anything to you, I think. I'm judging this based on very little information.
Do you speak do you speak common? Anyone?
I do.
Of these guys?
Oh, right, that makes more sense.
They show no signs of understanding you.
I would just go through my languages, so primordial, elvish, celestial.
They show no signs of understanding you.
I don't think Pi has anything different. Try a bit of elvish. Why not? Would I know what these people are if I've seen anything of them anywhere, like, I don't know, history or like...
Oh, I understood that one, Caldrax.
Roll me a history check. It's going to be a very high DC.
Probably not then, but hey.
It's an awful lot of writing for what you wrote. Wait, does everybody speak Celestial here?
Not Mal. I believe.
Hold on.
Yeah, not Mal. Mal has no idea what you're saying right now.
We can have secret conversations without mouths.
I'm going to attempt the old history as well. 22.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Pyrolis. You will have... Your level of knowledge sort of tapers off of... You've heard of... Gith before. Gith.
Okay. Yeah.
In sort of the child storybook sort of way.
Yeah, but nothing beyond that.
But nothing beyond that. You suspect these match those descriptions.
Okay, cool.
How and Calderax. You would know that the Githyanki were a race of astral plane dwellers who were enslaved by the Mind Flayers. For a long time. But then they got free. Somehow, you're not sure how. They mostly stick to the astral plane.
Are they like evil creatures from what we know?
You basically know that a while ago, a race known as the Gith were enslaved by mind flayers for centuries until they rebelled and won their freedom. That group splintered into the Gith Yankee, who went to the astral plane, and the Gith Zerai, who went and lived in Limbo.
We are in neither of those places.
You don't really know a lot more beyond that.
Okay. I would look at them and I'd point to myself and be like, friend. And give them like a thumbs up.
The one wielding a sharp, silvered, pointed blade just points it at you. And turns to the three others and mutters some words in a guttural language that you don't understand. And the other three the one next to the drow just backhands the drow and they all turn to face you.
Does anyone know comprehend languages?
I thought I had a roll of it, but I can't. But all my spell scrolls just say spell scroll 3rd level, spell scroll 1st level, and spell scroll 2nd level. It doesn't actually tell me what spell they are.
Check your inventory in D&D Beyond. It might say it on there.
I don't have D&D Beyond for Caldrax.
I do. 1 minute.
My guess is when imported, it didn't import that bit of information of them.
Would be useful.
You know.
You know, you can't expect them to import little things like what the spell scroll actually does.
I can. I really can.
He can and does, funnily enough.
I mean, I know I've got an arms box, and I know that because the symbol for an arms box is a tiny little piggy bank.
What do I have in my inventory?
Look at the piggy bank.
I've got some darts, ring of
Aw.
protection, torch, I've got a meth kit, I've got a 2-person tent.
I thought for a minute you said a meth kit.
Yeah, I've got snowshoes, I've got vestments, an amulet.
50 foot of rope.
Yeah, gotta get your 50 foot of rope.
Got a blanket,
Got a shovel.
got sensor, signet ring, holy water. Throw some holy water at it, just in case.
Vamp for about 10 seconds while this advert plays.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my. Actually, John, because of you, I now keep a calendar for one of my D&D games. Like, I'm tracking what day they're on.
Oh, it's so useful. I really need to remember to keep up with mine.
Honestly, I'm like, I don't do the whole you thing of like everything exists in the same universe because I'm not that mad. But it just allows me to go, okay, so it's been X amount of days since this happened, and I actually can say it with confidence.
Yeah.
It is very useful. You have a scroll of comprehend language and a scroll of false life.
Cool.
Now, I also don't want to be a stickler, but I'm pretty sure comprehend language is only for written language anyway.
I'm pretty sure it's spoken as well. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong.
Oh no, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. Apologies, I was wrong.
Yeah, you understand the literal meaning of any language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you can see, but you must be touching it.
But at the same time, these guys are fairly obviously about to attack us regardless. So do I want to use it?
But they could be honest. They could. But the thing is, the issue is, we can understand it. we've gone through every language we know, and there's been no sort of common thread or any sort of sign of understanding. So it doesn't matter if we can understand them, because we can't still say, no, we're not here to hurt you in a way that they'll understand.
They still can't understand us regardless, so yeah, I'm not going to bother using it.
Okay.
But then, is there any better time to use it than now?
There might be, so I'm not going to use it.
Yes, there might be. Later.
But there might not be. This is the thing, though. It's like when you save all your potions in an RPG. In the end, you're just gonna have 50 potions and nothing to do with them.
I think that seeing as it's 10:30 and we're down in Malzere, this is a good place to call this episode to a stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
As the Gith Yankee group menacingly approach and surround you. We'll pick up here with fight time next time.
Cool. I'm probably just going to do a fun thunder wave immediately if they're surrounding us.
Mostly. It's the best thing to do, really.
It seems like a good to spend all my key points and just boosh.
So, tune in next time for a thunder wave.
Yeah.
And whatever else happens.
Just gonna do a little reminder.
And you see, I just realised as well I also have tongues. But then I need to touch one of them to cast it on them to be able to understand us.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Not in this situation, anyway.
Yeah, it's a shame you're not a few levels higher, Hal, because you could do the dope monk shit that you get.
I mean, whose fault is that, John? Level me up.
In about 4 or 5 levels that allows you to just understand any language.
Level me up, John.
I mean, there's a fight coming. You could level from that.
All right, I better do. I better level 5 level.
Probably not from this fight, but you know. Anyway, I'm going to cut to the booth.
Oh, I just realised I could have just run across that mucky water.
Oh, you could, because you've got the ability to run on water now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And until John got told about it, you could have burrowed underneath it as well.
Or flown over it.
So all that remains for me to say is thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. If you've got Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime, you get a free sub. If you sub to us, we'll eventually unlock our 3rd emote slot. If you sub to us at the moment, you get 2 emotes. You get the FBF Raid and the Natural 20 emote. If we get our 3rd one, we'll be able to have the Natural 1 emote as well, which will be exciting.
Just beside ourselves.
We've got the following streams coming up. Tomorrow night, Angel is going to be playing some free indie games over on her channel. So tune in to that for fun horror times with someone who has no business playing horror games. On Friday, we're going to play some tabletop games. Unfortunately, the game that we were planning to play, we were going to play TBH. Because the Kickstarter's finished, their demo game of it has been taken offline.
Oh.
Well, okay.
So I'm going to work out something else we can play where maybe we'll answer some hypothetical questions about each other.
Or other, whatever. That thing.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, I've literally got $1 million but, so we can do some very interesting $1 million hypothetical questions.
$1 million buys.
So we can't do the one we were going to do, but we'll do probably $1 million but. ... See what people will do for $1 million but.
I mean, it's not bad. Sean's butt's already worth $1 million.
That butt's $1 million.
My brain
On
just goes straight to Brazilian butt lifts when you say $1 million butt.
On Sunday, we'll be back with the Waterdeep Dragon Heist crew as they attempt to find out what's going wrong at the Casalanta Founders Day Festival. They've split their group up into 3 distinct teams to be a crack
We
squad.
split the party.
To be a crack squad of investigators finding fireworks, poisoned food, and starting a distraction wrestling match.
As you do.
Crack squad of investigators, this. On Monday, we'll be back with more Minecraft. I'm thinking I'm going to try and automate Builder's Tea, while Sean and Sean and whoever else is there work on building us an arena to fight the Wither and other various final game mobs that we can summon in.
I mean, you say an arena.
Yep.
Isn't it just an empty space?
Yeah.
Well, it'll need,
destroy most things.
it'll need a wall and it'll need a ceiling of some description. That's hard to destroy.
We'll look at what is in the pack that is vaguely to mostly to 100%, hopefully, witherproof, and go with that.
Yeah. Okay.
And hope that none of the other mobs that certain rat-based mobs that rat-based mods add are stronger than the wither. Because I know there are some mobs that are like final bossy level mobs that Ratlantis adds.
There's a few,
But
but I know that
indestructible.
a fair few of them are in Ratlantis itself, and I think you need to be in Ratlantis to summon them. But there's a few that you can summon in the real normal world.
Yeah.
And they also need a roof.
They do. They do.
Tuesday next week we're going to do some Valheiming. And Wednesday next week, stay tuned, because we're going to do our board gaming stream. But I need to work out what game we're playing. Tune in.
Indeed.
And find out.
Come see what we do.
Or we'll judge you heavily.
And we are going to raid New Sumo.
Why not? Though I do prefer the old sumo.
Yeah.
New Sumo, who is doing some Sea of Thieves.
Or we could go drop some people off with Large Lad Charles. Don't know that we've ever raided him, have we?
Probably not. Well, yeah, we'll drop people off in Large Lad Charles, who is doing some World of Warcraft.
Wow.
Yes.
Also, love that man's voice.
Well, no, I look forward to hearing this man's voice.
We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long.
Bye!